Welcome to Communicative English class. In this class, we will discuss one of the lessons from our non-detailed text. Okay, that is Deliverance. First of all, before going to start what Deliverance is, we need to discuss why literary texts. Okay. Why literary pieces in our textbook? What is the purpose of reading lessons? Okay, and what do we get from those literary texts? So different types of literary texts are included in the syllabus. Okay, that means every text has its own objective. So let us see what are the objectives of, what is the objective of inserting literary texts in the textbook, literary pieces in the text. First of all, these literary texts improve language skills. That is the primary purpose, okay? Because here the subject is English, so we are exposed to read some literary pieces so that we will learn vocabulary and we will learn the structure of the language, okay, and we'll learn some expressions. So that is the primary purpose of including literary pieces, right? Second one is, and also say coherence. That means how the ideas of the writer is presented, that we will understand, that we will learn. Second one is develop imagination. That means literary pieces develop imagination and creativity. Yes. So that as a human being we can't go everywhere. Okay. So we can't see the society also. We see only the society that we are exposed. But we can see everything in the universe from the eyes of the writers. Okay. So it develops our imagination and it develops our creativity. So this imagination and creativity makes brain active and healthy. Okay. So generally writers, they have good imagination and they take us to their imagination. Our imagination will also be improved, so that once imagination is improved, we'll be creative. Okay. Next, get entertainment, pleasure and relax. Okay, so see that you know that movies, right? Every movie has its own purpose. Some movies are for entertainment, some movies are for delivering some message. Okay, because it is an important media. Like these literary pieces, some of the pieces they give us entertainment, some of the pieces give us some information, and some of the pieces give us some thought. Okay. Next, experience the struggles, failures, victories. So see that we can't experience everything by doing everything. Okay, so we can learn a lot of experience from listening or reading to others. Okay, so these literary pieces will give some experience, the struggles of human beings or the struggles in the universe. Okay, the failures of persons and the victories of persons and the culture, everything we can get to know from these pieces. Next, they improve our soft skills. What is the meaning of soft skill? That means how we move with the fellow human beings, how we have to treat others, and what is the empathy or sympathy we need to develop. Okay, and what are the skills that we need to manage the people. Okay, these are all soft skills. So from these literary pieces they'll improve or we get improved of soft skills, understanding others and their perspectives, critical thinking skills, problem solving skills and many more. Okay, perspective means, so we have our own understanding of a person or a culture or a country or a place or a thing, but others have their own understanding. Okay, so by reading some literary pieces, we'll come to know what others' perspective on certain thing, okay, and know other cultures, okay, that you know, and learn empathy. What is empathy means? It's not sympathy. Sympathy means just you show some uh, you show some kindness, that is sympathy. But empathy is different. That means when you come to know somebody's problem, just showing your kindness will not solve the problem. But if you develop empathy, you will be the source for showing some solution to the problem, or you will be a part of the solution of the problem, and you will understand others' feelings, others' opinions, others' sufferings, okay, when you have that empathy. So when we read literary pieces, we will develop empathy. That means showing gratitude, okay, and will be a part of other person's feelings, opinions, or their sufferings, okay. This is the objective of inserting literary pieces in the textbook, okay. So every lesson has its own objective. So here the first lesson in the non-detailed text is Deliverance, okay. This after discussing the lesson, we will come to know what this text will give, give message. So let us see actually about the author and his time and what makes him to write this piece, okay. So the author of Deliverance, so it is written by Premchand. Actually it is a pen name, and if you come to know his life and death from 1880 to 1936 and before independence, the customs and the evils and the sufferings of the people before the independence, okay. And his original name is Dhanpat Roy, and he is from Uttar Pradesh. And you know that Uttar Pradesh means a lot of there is a lot of struggle between caste system, okay, and there is a lot of gap between the rich and the poor, okay. You can imagine that how it would be some years ago, some decades ago. He wrote in both Urdu and Sanskrit. He wrote 300 plus stories, a dozen novels, 2 plays, innumerable essays, comments and reviews. So it shows that the popularity of the author, okay. Next, he represents moral truth and realism. Premchand is also called realist. The movies, fiction movies, socio-fantasy movies, okay, like that. His novels or his works is a realistic, okay, that means he represents the the society as it is, okay, the problems of the people and the, the sufferings of the people, okay, and customs and culture, okay. Realistically he represented in his writings. He aimed to bring social change through his literature. His literature is not for any entertainment. His literature is aimed to bring some change, social change. That means it is against to social evils. He raised his voice against the social evils like the feudal system, the Jamindari system, poverty, communalism, caste system, social and economic conditions of those days. Okay? That means by reading the text, we can understand that how the people would be in those days. Okay? And you can compare how we are. And you can come to know that, okay, what are the present social evils and how can we eliminate those social evils, okay. and who are the sufferers, that you will get some idea. You compare with the old generation. Okay, so what is the meaning of the title? Okay, so as you know that names tells something else for us. Okay, deliverance, you know, deliver is a word. Okay, so what is deliverance? Deliverance discusses the theme of untouchability and class domination. Actually, the theme of the lesson is how one class dominated the other class and how the lower class suffered and what was the evil or what was the difficulty for them. Here it discusses the theme of untouchability, and it criticizes the Hindu society and its prejudiced norms. So even it directly criticizes. So in those days, Hindu caste system or Brahmin system was a dominating one. How they made some loss to the humanity, it is openly discussed in his literature. Next, it means deliverance means sadgati. Okay, it's a Sanskrit word, sadgati. Gati means gatinchatam, sad means manchi, sat. Okay, means salvation, means vimukti, means removed from shackles of difficulties. Deliverance, okay, sadgati, removed from shackles of difficulties. So what are the synonyms of deliverance? Liberation, release, freeing, salvation. And antonym is hold. So by the name of the title, you can guess the story. That means somebody's deliverance. Okay, somebody is removed from the shackles of difficulties, and who the person is and what are the difficulties and how he is removed, okay, from the shackles. That we are going to know. Okay, that is. So when we discuss the characters of this piece of writing, Dukhi is the protagonist. Protagonist means hero, but not hero. Generally, hero means finally, ultimately, he succeeds in his life. That is heroism. But protagonist means he is the main character of the this play. Okay, but here he is also the sufferer. Okay, and he is the victim of the sufferance. So Dukhi. So he is a tanner. That means a shoemaker. That means the lower class people. Next, his wife Juriya and his daughter. So their role is very nominal. His wife Juriya and daughter. And the other major role is Brahman Pandit Ghasiram. And his wife also plays a nominal role, but majorly the main characters are Dukhi and Ghasiram. Right? Remember the characters. Dukhi is a tanner or a shoemaker, his wife and his daughter, and Pandit Ghasiram and his wife. Let's know about the story. Right. As you know that lower caste people or untouchables generally, they lead very pathetic life. Okay. The same is for Durya. He lives a hard life with his wife Juriya, and he has only one daughter. Okay. Now the context is he has to fix his daughter's marriage. Okay, so betrothal, that was called betrothal. So he wants to fix some auspicious day by the Brahmin Pandit to fix his daughter's marriage. That is the context. Okay, so they want this pair want to invite that Brahman Pandit Ghasiram to their house to fix their daughter's marriage. Now, at the entrance of the play, these both are working hard to make some arrangements. If the Pandit comes, how they offer and how they treat him. So they are making some arrangements. So Dukhi needs the help of the Brahmin Pandit Gasiram to fix an auspicious day for the betrothal of his daughter. Dukhi and his wife are very anxious and meticulous about how they would receive Pandit Gasiram at their house. Actually, they are not bothering about how to make her daughter's marriage, but they are more worried about how to welcome Pandit Gasiram and what treatment to give him, what to offer him, and how to make him comfortable. That's their main worry. Okay, they have a lot of gratitude towards the higher caste people. So first they want to make some cot, okay, to offer a seat for Gasiram. But their cot is not well, and they are ready to bring another cot from their neighbor's house. But again, they feel that maybe Gasiram may not like that cot. So finally, they decide that they want to make a mat with some leaves. Okay, so finally they prepared a mat with leaves, and they bought some offerings, some dal, okay, some sieves and some flour, okay, and some semia, something like that, okay, and also they make ready 4 anna money to offer him. Okay, so that's the situation here. Now everything is ready. Now Dukhi goes to Brahmin's house to get the date of his daughter's marriage fixed. The Brahmin in turn asks for labor without any pay. So Dukhi goes to the Brahmin's house and asks him when he would come to his house. Okay. By the time when Dukhi goes to his house, Pandit Gasiram was preparing, after his bath, he was preparing for going to temple, and he is decorating his forehead and his the sides of this with that vibhuti, right, lines. So he looks like a god for Dukhi. Okay, so Dukhi has a lot of gratitude, and Dukhi feels fear about his appearance. He feels that he is a god. And when Gasiram observes Dukhi's entrance, he makes some works, right? He wants to make all the works done by Dukhi. So Gasiram tells him to complete the pending works in his house, and he does not want to inquire about whether he has some food or not. Okay, so he orders him a lot of many works. Okay, so plastering the floor and breaking the log and bringing some hay to their cattle. Okay, so there are many works to be done by Dukhi. But what happened in the beginning? The Pandit Gasiram looks like God, right? And but at the end, at the end of the day, by the evening, all the situation has been topsy-turved. Okay, so the enduring events turn the tables against the priest, who in the end has to forgo the lofty traditions, including that of untouchability held so dearly all his life as village priest. So by the end of the day, what happened? Some events happened, and Pandit Gasiram has to leave all his customs, and he has to leave his lofty traditions. Let us see what happened. The main thing is irony in the story. So Dukhi hasn't taken any food on that day. Okay, he arranges everything for Pandit Gasiram, and he comes with his empty stomach. So when Pandit Gasiram orders him many works to do, he starts doing it. He could not object Pandit Gasiram because he has a lot of work at his home, but he cannot deny the Gasiram's proposal. Okay, so that's why he blindly follows every work and he is completing every work. Okay, first he plasters the floor, and he brings some hay to the cattle feed, and next he has to break the log. So actually it was attempted by some people sometime, but nobody is able to break it. Okay, so now the major task for Dukhi is to break the that log. Okay, so it is very hard. So he tries and tries to break the log, and in that in that effort so he becomes very weak and he gets dizziness, and really he is almost to fall down. Okay, and he sits down. So Pandit Gasiram once he comes out and asks Dukhi what he is doing, okay, without completing the work. Again Dukhi gets up and he goes for another person to get some smoke, some tobacco, so that he will get his energy back. Okay, so he has been trying to break that log. Okay, so when he is doing that hard work, suddenly his heart is stopped. Okay, so he is not able to take the breath, and his heart is stopped and he falls down. So this is the irony is the opposite of what is said. Okay, so actually in the beginning Dukhi utters the appearance of the Pandit, how godly a sight. That means when he enters the house, when the Gasiram is making his makeup, he sees that how godly a sight. Okay, Dukhi was given the name by his parents to avert misfortune of life, but he died pathetically. Even he could not have funeral rituals. That means what happened? Suddenly his heart was stopped because of the heavy work and without food. And then Gasiram comes out and observes that he is dead, and so he is shocked because an untouchable dead body is in his house. See that his reaction, and immediately he intimates the same thing to other Brahmins. And one of the Gonds, that means another caste, another lower caste people, comes there and watches that, and he warns this Dukhi's family and other members in Dukhi's community not to touch the body, because it's like a murder, and if you touch the body, the police will take you to the police station. That's why nobody from Dukhi's community comes there and touches his body. Everyone leaves his body there in Pandit's house. Even Dukhia's wife and daughter come there and they just weep, but they cannot do anything else. Okay, so what happened? Over the night the body is in Pandit's house. Early morning, what happened? This Gasiram forgets all his godly sight, all his everything, and he takes a rope and he makes a loop and he ties that loop to the dead body, and he drags that dead body to the outskirts of the village, and he throws out his dead body in the farmlands. So Dukhi is eaten by sculptures. See that actually Dukhi's name means to avert misfortune of life. That means to break the misfortune. But what happens to the Dukhi at the end? He is eaten by some animals. He is eaten by some sculpture. Okay, so his misfortune can be observed there. Nobody is there at the dead body. Okay, he died pathetically. Even he could not have funeral rituals. And here the hypocrisy of the Brahmins is portrayed. See this, what happened? Hypocrisy, that means what they do and what they have, that is different, that is called hypocrisy. He appears like he looks like godly, but see that at least he could not feed a person a day. The person is hungry, for the whole day he works for his family, but he cannot feed something to him. Okay, see that how bad it is, how cruel it is. But the end, what happened? He leaves all his godliness and he has to take the dead body of some untouchable and he has to throw it to the farmlands. So that's the irony. That means what happens and what they say or what they feel and what they happen is completely different. That is the irony of the story. Okay, so this is the end. So here in this story you will come to know that what the social evil in those days and how the people used it to be and how they used to treat the other castes. Okay, now you can apply the same to our days. Now what are the social evils today and who are the sufferers and how can we be a part of eliminating those social evils? Okay, this is what developing empathy from the literary text. Thank you. So this is the end. Thank you.